Hey guys, how's everybody today?
Very tired.
Seconded.
Is there a story behind that, Stefan or Ethan?
Yep.
There's a story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just got done driving home from a 9-hour drive to Louisiana and then 9 hours back. Well, I didn't drive. My sister drove, but I only slept like 30 minutes last night, and she slept like an hour and a half.
Oh no.
So we could get back early this morning because she had a doctor's appointment.
Were you guys transporting something down there?
No, we had to visit my papa. He is in the hospital.
Oh no.
He's not doing very well. My grandfather, he's not looking very well, so we wanted to visit him at least one more time.
Yeah. Well, that's good you did that visit. Well worth the trade-off, I'm sure.
It was.
Cool. Stefan, can I talk you into saying the prayer for us today?
Sure.
Thanks.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're very grateful for this wonderful day and for the blessing we have to meet together this morning or this afternoon. We're grateful for being able to have the gospel in our lives and to know of the doctrine of the resurrection, of the ability to have eternal families. Please help us to enjoy the time we have together and to be able to learn about cybersecurity and how to protect ourselves and our families and others against the threats that try to attack us. Please help us to have the spirit as we learn, that we might be able to get the best benefit out of it. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Stefan.
No problem.
I hope you guys all had a enjoyable weekend. Did anyone do anything fun that you'd like to share? No?
No time for fun, too much homework.
Oh boy. Kathy's agrees to that. Well, you guys are good students. You're better than I was. I was awful about the weekends and homework. I would think about it. That's about it during the weekend. And I'd always commit to myself that I would do homework during the weekend, but that was as far as it got. So I'm glad you're good students. That's awesome. I already knew you were good students, so I really like this group of you guys are fun. Did I assign someone to do, or did we get a volunteer already for the devotional today?
I volunteered for today. I don't know if you see it. I put it on the calendar, but I don't know if it showed up.
That's great. I didn't even look. So go for it. If you're ready, then we're ready for you.
Okay, cool. So I just wanted to share like recently newfound favorite scripture of mine. It's the last verse of the entire book of Ether 15:34. And I guess just a refresh on what Ether's situation is at this point in time, he's just watched like the destruction of his entire nation. Everyone except Coriantumr, but Coriantumr was about to die anyway too. So basically he's completely alone. Everybody's dead. Pretty terrible. But this is what's recorded. It says, "Now the last words which are written by Ether are these: whether the Lord will that I be translated, or that I suffer the will of the Lord in the flesh, it mattereth not, if it so be that I am saved in the kingdom of God. Amen." So basically, Ether's saying it doesn't matter if he just has to die alone or if he's translated and taken up into heaven. He says it doesn't matter as long as he's saved and he's brought back to God's presence in the end. And I just think that's super cool. Like, I wish I could have that kind of mindset for everything that I go through. And my problems are basically nothing compared to what Ether had to go through. So that's just impressive to me, and something that I want to model like my own attitudes after, is that kind of mindset, that whatever I go through or whatever minor or major problems that happen, it's really not a big deal as long as I'm safe in the kingdom of God.
Thanks, Reese.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're in a weird time on the earth right now, and I think those are good words for what we're going through collectively. I've often read that scripture too and thought of what an amazing attitude he had. Him and Moroni both were in a similar situation at the end of their lives where they were basically alone in this giant land. And that would just be strange to not talk to anybody for years, maybe. I mean, think about it's hard enough for us to not go outside. What would it be like if you could go outside, but there was no one there to talk to, no one at your house, nobody you could call, just nothing? That's pretty different. Well, this week is a fun one. Threats and vulnerabilities. And I'm excited for it. What is the difference between a threat and a vulnerability?
Wouldn't the threat be more active? Like there's an actual other like adversary, I guess, working against you, whereas
Mhm.
vulnerability is just a weak point.
Yes, that's right. And there's a nifty document in this week's reading. So if you look at this one, threats and vulnerabilities, there's a nifty link here, the difference between threats, threat actors, vulnerabilities, and risks. And I like the graphic there. The guy attacking someone and then throwing him off.
Wait, are we on week
Are
five?
we on week 5?
Did
What
I
happened to week
skip?
4?
Yeah, we're on week 4.
I was so
wait.
confused.
Did I really do that a whole week? Oh man, sorry guys.
It's okay. We can do 2 weeks this week.
Privacy and ethics. It's funny because for some reason I thought the 7th was this week, so I scanned right past it. Okay, good. Well, those things are still true. Just think about them next week. And yeah.
But it is on the vocab. Threat and vulnerability are on the vocab for this week.
Oh, good. Thanks for that, Kathy. So we learned something useful. That's great. So what is privacy then? Define privacy. What does it mean to you?
However much information you're willing to give out.
Yeah, that's a good one. So it's like a user-defined level of visibility. Good. Any others?
How anonymous you can stay on the internet.
Did you say how anonymous people are on the internet?
Something like that, yeah.
Yes, I think that's a good definition.
How much of your information you're willing to divulge?
Yeah, good. I think one thing that's in common with all three of what you said is that you're choosing that. You're choosing how much of your information is available to others. Cool. So I used to work for a company called Ancestry.com, and while I was there, I was on the privacy team. They called us the trust team because our goal was that customers felt that they could trust the company to not share their private information unless they wanted it to be shared. Some of the information we had was extremely sensitive, like their raw DNA data and their DNA genetic matches. That information, which I will show you, mine. Let's see. So if I go to my webpage and go to I want you guys to look at this and think if someone could get this information who shouldn't, what would be the downside? Okay, that's what I want you to ask yourself. So here's kind of just the general. Now, here's all of my DNA matches. These are people who I'm genetically related to. These are my children. And it shows how much DNA I have in common with all of them. Here's my grandpa, who obviously I'm genetically related to. My dad and mom didn't take the test, so they don't show up. Here are two of my cousins that I'm related to, obviously. More cousins, and more and more and more and more, up to over 1,000 cousins.
And so that count of CM, that's kind of just showing how similar you are. So your
Yeah.
daughter Amelia would be the most similar to you, I guess.
That's right. They're centimorgans. That's what that CM, it's like centimeters with centimorgans. And it's just, if you take your DNA and were to lay it out on a table and then line it up with someone you're related to, the pieces that are the same, you would measure how much overlap there is in length. And that's a centimorgan. It's just a unit of length is all it is. It's a really tiny unit of length.
You're talking about like pairs, right? Like guanine, cytosine, adenine, like
Yeah,
those that match up.
I'm really bad at DNA stuff. I think what they like this explains it. It means, yeah, I don't know other than that. I don't know. I'm not good at the biology of it. But what my job was is say, look at this URL here, ancestry.com. And at the very end, this is me. Now, if I plug in here, say Justin, if I plugged in Justin's ID instead of mine, and I actually had the number, what should happen?
You get the people he's related to.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if that works. So let's try my grandpa. Okay, here's my grandpa. I went to him. And now I want to take his number. Let's see. Where is it? It's right there. Okay, so I'm going to take my grandpa's number, which is this one. I'm going to go back here to me. And then, hold on, I think I did it wrong. It's been a long time since I've done this. E16. Anyway, I take his number. There it is. It's this one. That's him. I'm going to plug him in for me. Oh, what happened? Did you notice that it changed back? So I put his number in. Watch that number for a minute. I hit enter. Boom. What happened?
Took you to yourself. Rerouted
Yes.
you to yourself.
Yes, it redirected, right? So certain people have chosen, like my grandpa, they don't want anyone else to see their list of matches. That's a setting. And if you go to your DNA, there's a whole giant thing of settings. And privacy, change your DNA matches. You can see your DNA matches and you're listed as a match. So other people can see all my match information. This is a really complicated thing. We spent several months getting this to work, just my little team. And it's really a lot of work. So there's lots of jobs out there related to privacy. It's very important. And it's always tricky. It's a lot of it's hard to get it so people can easily make things the way they want them to be. Cool. Any questions about the homework or classes, class in general? Any housekeeping stuff you guys want to go over? Okay, questions about privacy or DNA or anything like that?
So I did the homework on doing like making the privacy going to the sites and stuff like that. And
Okay.
surprisingly, I've actually gotten more attacks recently on my Facebook, my iCloud, and my Yahoo.
Oh,
So I'm just curious if that's like people using that site as a way to like kind of flag people that possibly, I don't know, could have weak passwords or something like that.
okay. Let's see. The assignment from last week, right?
Yeah, which was password practice or whatever it was, where it's like you go in there and do the whole worksheet of testing out the sites and stuff.
Yeah. Hold on. Which one was it that did? It was this one or different?
Yes, that was it. I just think probably some of those sites are maybe a little sketchy to a degree. Like you don't want to be using some of those.
Okay. Are you talking about the I'vebeenpwned.com?
No, go up to like 3 where you test your password strength. I think those specifically probably had me flagged or something weird for like attacks or something. I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying that since using this website, you've experienced some problems? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
I've gotten like multiple attacks within the last, like with over the weekend.
Oh,
I mean, people like trying to log into your accounts, but they
Yes, I got
can't
a
get
thing
through because they
this
don't know your password.
I got a thing this morning going, a guy from Arizona at this address is trying to access your Facebook. Is this you? So I've had to like redo all my passwords recently.
but you didn't use this website to create your Facebook password or anything.
No, correct. I didn't, but I think it's the fact that I used it. I don't know. It's sketchy. Like
I
it's not
use this.
secure.
Say
That's
again.
what I was thinking. I was just gonna say, I feel like this isn't a very safe website to actually make passwords with. I think it's just for like a good example website, and then make maybe your own program that can do stuff like this, or maybe just come up with a random password based on what you see on here. Kind of the same kind of syntax sort of deal.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You didn't use it to create it, but you're concerned somebody has
Somebody has now tagged me for
identified you as a Facebook target, right?
sure.
So I'm just looking, and I'm not really good at this, but there are things that websites do where they're looking for your Facebook identity. And usually what they have to do is read in cookies. Now it could be done on the back end very easily because the back end can
It could have been this site or the 3 others we went to where you test the length, the strength, and how long it takes to crack kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm just saying this is something I've ran into, so maybe you want to switch it up if this is the first time you're teaching this class.
We did it the first block of this semester as well. I'd love to talk to you more about your issue with Facebook and stuff. I'm really grateful that you're sharing that with us because I think we can learn a lot from it. Do you mind if I ask you questions here? Or would you rather talk to me after class about it?
I don't care. We could talk right now if that's something you want to do.
Yeah, sure. So how did you first hear about the
So
these
4
incidents?
o'clock this morning, it goes your password. Where is it? Let's see.
You're welcome to share your screen if you're willing to, or you can just.
It's on my
tell us.
phone.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead.
So let's say. Facebook, did you, yeah, 418, did you log in to Facebook somewhere new? And it says, your account is temporarily locked. Okay, yeah. 6 hours ago, Grantsville, Florida, United States, Firefox on Windows, and here's the IP address, and it goes to this U. And so it's not, so I redid my password.
And does the time coincide with when you used one of these sites? Or-
No, but it's like there's been a couple things.
Okay.
Let me find another one. Like an iCloud. So yeah, I can't find the email from my iCloud, but I woke up one morning, like probably Saturday, and it goes, "Hey, your iCloud, is this you? Like we're trying to sign in. Is this you? You might want to get a new password." So I'm like, okay, so there's another one.
And did you go to these sites from your phone or your computer?
My computer.
And is your computer a Mac?
Yeah, it's a Mac.
Okay. And you use Facebook from that same computer, I'd imagine?
I have it logged in, but I do not use it
But
because
it's
I
logged
use
in.
it for like Zoom calls and links to get to a Zoom call kind of thing.
But you have it logged in for Facebook, though?
Yeah, on my Google Chrome, yes.
Gotcha. Which is the same browser you used for the assignment?
Yes.
Interesting. There are a lot of cookies that Facebook uses that people can easily find and determine your username. They shouldn't be able to find your password. I'm guessing that what happened is that's, and I'm not saying that one of those sites necessarily was the reason, but it could be, and I'm not saying it isn't either. But someone tried to log into your Facebook. It sounds like they were not successful.
Yeah, I
Does
think
that
it's
sound-
a lot of we're trying to do stuff right now.
Mhm.
So no, I haven't gotten any like successful, like someone's broken into my account stuff, but it's certainly like it's new attacks as of this weekend.
Interesting. Huh. Well, that's not good. I will look into it some more and do some research.
Okay.
I've had issues like that happen to me before as well. I just don't know if one of these, I mean, someone could come and hack into one of these sites and the owners of the website might not even know about it. There's another possibility. That happens a lot. It would be really sad if one of these was compromised. It's very ironic if it was.
Right.
Did anyone else have issues similar to Jacob with attempts to compromise your account? Okay.
Yes, I have, but not with this assignment.
Okay.
Like a couple months ago, I guess someone tried to log into my Yahoo account from Korea. They tried, I think, twice, and it sent me a code or whatever. Because I guess not because I had I don't even know if I had two-step verification down yet. I then after I found out that I've changed my password. I put in two-step verification, and I basically locked that account down because even though I don't have anything really important on there, I wanted to make sure that no one ever got in there just to, mess with it, anything.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Well, and Yahoo did get breached, I think, last summer or last fall.
They've
And I
gotten
mean-
breached many times.
Yeah, millions of accounts got compromised. So
Mhm.
I've tried to convince my wife, just don't even use Yahoo at this point. Just gotta go with a different provider.
Yeah. I just wish I knew what accounts I've been using with it. I usually use it for things I don't care about, specifically because I don't want to use my normal email for that website,
There's a couple tools like password managers that will scan your accounts to see if there are known data breaches. It's pretty useful.
No?
Yeah, it's like, have I been that one? This one seems to have good information. So if you go, mine has turns up in a bunch.
Do you think that this would? Oh crap. Um, I was gonna say, like, by typing your email address here, does this make it easier for people to get it and start sending you spam mail
No, not on
or
this
phishing?
website. I don't personally believe so on this website. I've used it before and haven't experienced an increase in spam as a result that I'm aware of. But you don't have to do it. And it's, again, how much information do you want to share? You don't have to share your information with this website or any other website. Everyone has different levels of tolerance for sharing information, and I think that's perfectly acceptable, and that's the beauty of the internet. You should be able to control how much of you is available online. There's a term called doxing. Have you guys heard of that? Doxing yourself, what does that mean?
That means like basically it happens a lot with elections, like, and stuff like that. Political figures, they basically tell people information for a certain person. Someone that doesn't like another person tells other people information for that person and tells them to go do bad stuff to that person because they don't like them. And then they get like a
Okay.
bunch of malicious emails or something like that, or people go by their house and throw eggs at their house or toilet
Yeah.
paper their house.
Yeah, so publishing malicious information. So you basically you can dox yourself, like, see what do you find, what dirt do you find about yourself? Say you log out of everything, go to an anonymous browser. See, where does Sean Murdoch, the BYUI professor, live? Stuff like that, right? If you want to find out what people know about you, then just act like you're not yourself and see what you can find. Great. Good discussion, Jacob. And if I can help you fixing any of your stuff so you can't get hacked, let me know. I'd be glad to help you. Okay. So today I was thinking we could start off with where we left off last time a little bit. I think we got really close to something really cool, and then we didn't quite get to see the end of it. We all created something called a self-signed certificate. Can someone remind us that hasn't spoke up today what that is? Doesn't have to
Could
be
you repeat
perfect.
that one more time?
What's a self-signed certificate? If you haven't spoke up today, tell us what it is. It doesn't have to be a textbook answer.
It's
Go for it. Sorry about that.
it's basically where you verify that you are yourself, or like the website is good.
Yeah, so you verified it. You're the CA, right? And Alex, what would be the difference between that and a regular certificate?
So regular certificate, it would be, instead of you signing off saying that, oh, I'm a trusted guy, it would be probably a company or an organization much more trusted.
That's right. What's an example? Someone else. What's an example of someone that signs lots of certs that we all know of?
Google?
I don't know if Google does it. That's a good guess, though. Any other guesses or thoughts? You ever seen VeriSign on websites? You ever seen that one? That one I see a lot. They sign a lot of certificates. There's a bunch of them out there. Okay. Well, I thought it would be fun today if we were to go through actually using the certificate in the browser that we created. What do you guys think of that? Would that be interesting? Seeing how it works. Okay. So if you guys could go to Google Cloud again, we're going to spin back up our servers. They all slept since we last came to them, which is what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to sleep at night, and it saves us money. So you'll see mine is asleep. Mitchell has a server that has, what's that disorder where you can't sleep? Forgot what it's called.
Insomnia.
Yeah. Your server has insomnia. Is Mitchell here today? Yeah, there's Mitchell. No? I see Michael. I don't see Mitchell. Darn it, the joke was totally lost. So to wake up my server, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Google Cloud by going to console.cloud.google.com. And then I'm going to make sure I'm logged in to the right account, my BYUI account. And then I'm going to come over here to my server by doing this. I'm going to go to the navigation menu, and then I'm going to scroll down to compute. I'm going to go to compute engine. I'm just going to hang out there for a minute. Anybody stuck?
I'm actually running into a small issue.
Okay.
For some reason, I'm unable to switch my account to my BYU Idaho account.
You're unable, did you say, Alex?
Yeah. So I know I go to my user and I click on the BYU one, and it just brings me back to the main one.
Do you mind sharing your screen?
Sure. This. There we go. So, I already have it saved on my favorites, so I don't have to bother.
Okay.
It just.
Now, one thing, if you look at the URL, it's taking you to getting started. The URL that you've got in your bookmark, I would suggest going to the bookmark and editing the URL.
Bookmark. Okay. Let's see. How did I get there?
So the yellow arrow, yeah, bookmark manager. There you go. And then if you find Google Cloud, and then go to the right of that and click edit. And then erase all the way to the com. Just leave the com on the end. So you want to have delete the getting started. That's all.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And you probably want to delete the rest after it's to the right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. And then save that.
So.
And then try going to that bookmark again and see if it worked. Let's see. Okay. It took you to getting started anyway.
Yeah.
That didn't do us much good, did it?
Right.
Okay, and then there you go. It's not
it's not letting me.
Sticking. So now it's still on the other user. Is that right?
Yeah.
So if you click on this one on the right, what user does it show?
it shows the same one. It didn't change.
Can you click dismiss on the top? And then try it one more time. Clicking on your Duarte user. Didn't do it, did it?
No.
Okay. That's interesting. Could you try signing out? Click sign out on the bottom right.
Right. Okay.
So if you click that and click sign out.
That might be the way to do it.
Oh, okay, that's normal. Okay, and then if you go back to console.
Console.
And then choose an account.
Oh, all right. I think that might have done it.
Okay. Hopefully that works.
I actually just realized that I did have another question.
Okay.
So for the assignment on Friday, or whatever it was, I ended up creating something with KeyPass, and I tried using it, and it didn't end up working on the websites to log me in.
Oh,
it works.
Cool. Yeah, I've noticed, Stefan, that KeyPass doesn't really work well with the browser. If you're looking for a good one, I would suggest LastPass.
LastPass.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Use
secure.
Dashlane. Dashlane is pretty good as well, but you need to pay a premium to like use it across devices and stuff. And I know that there's others that don't do that.
That's good to know. So you've got some options there. But KeyPass is kind of limited. It's a little older. It's actually a lot older. And it doesn't really tie you into like an account, like a global account where you can share your password across devices like LastPass and Dashlane do. Those two allow you to share passwords across different devices with a centralized account. Okay, anybody else stuck getting into cloud? Okay. Well, if you change your mind, let me know if you're stuck. You'll want to be in this project, 171, section 3. Then you'll want to go find this menu, compute, and then you want to go to compute engine. And it should bring this screen up. Find your VM here, check the box, and then click the start button at the top. And just click start. And when it says you'll be billed, it means I will be billed. And when it says I'll be billed, it actually means Google, because they're paying for this class. They gave us a grant for this class, so no one's getting billed. Click start.
I wasn't here last time, so I didn't make one of these. Should
Okay.
I work on that right now, or should I do something else?
Sure. Yeah. So we have a slide deck that actually goes through how to set this up. I'm going to share that with you, Derek. So when you get into this slide deck, hold on, that's the wrong one.
One self-signed SSL certs.
I think so. Yes. Yeah. And there's going to be various points where some of these things don't make sense, and I'd be glad to help you with it. See, share, link, copy. this is last week. That's in the chat now, Derek. And actually, this actually has the steps for today as well in it. So today's steps start on line 3. And what we're going to do, I'm going to summarize for today what we're going to do. So the first thing is we're going to start up our server. The next thing is we're going to create a Diffie-Hellman group. The third thing is we're going to enable SSL on Nginx. And the fourth thing we're going to do is verify our Nginx configuration. That's the next 4 steps we're going to do today. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that it starts up okay. And Derek, you'll just click this button that says create instance at the top. And when you're in there, I'm going to kind of fast forward through it, but you're going to give it a name. So mine's going to be Sean 3. Now you are going to want to change the boot disk. There's a button here that looks like a donut with a piece of paper. You're going to click change next to that. Then you're going to change the operating system to Ubuntu, and the version is going to be Ubuntu 20.04, and you'll click select.
Hey, Brother Murdoch, just to make sure I have this right, if we did create this instance last time, we don't have to recreate one, correct?
Oh, you're correct. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing like a quick run through. And then the last thing you'll have to do to create a new one, Derek, is just expand there's a link that says management security disk networking sole tenancy. You'll go in there and turn preemptibility on. That's the nighttime setting that makes them all sleep at night. So you'll just want that to be on. And then
I believe you also have to allow HTTP and HTTPS traffic for firewalls.
Good catch. Yes, you want to check both of these. Thank you. And then that's it. And then once your server is up and running, which only takes about 30 to 60 seconds, I think, you'll click this SSH. Oh, look, it's up. Click SSH, open a new browser window. And that's where we all are right now, guys. So this one has.
Where's the SSH at in the screen again?
Just to the right of your server, there's an SSH and then a drop down, and you click open in browser window.
Okay.
I'm kind of running into an issue from last time where there was a limit that was breached.
Okay. Could you share your screen, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, is it not letting you start up now?
Yeah, so when I hit start, it takes a while, but then I'll just show I get this error, exceeds limit.
Okay.
I'm also getting the same error.
Okay. Let me fix that.
Do we use another SSH client?
You could, but you would need to, if you click on that, I think it's going to have you download an SSH key is my guess. Okay, here's what I want to do. So we're going to have everyone who can't start, we're going to have you guys choose different zones, and I'm going to share my screen real quick because which zone you choose will be kind of a round robin deal. So I'm going to go to project settings, quotas, and then we'll see which ones we have room open in. There's several zones. We'll be able to create new ones if you guys are okay with that. Okay, in use address.
Mine finally just loaded. So how do you reactivate the thing again?
Oh,
If you're reactivating it, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Ethan.
Oh, if you're reactivating it, go onto those little dots on the right-hand side of the instance you already created and just press start. If it doesn't start and you're getting an error message, then we're going to change the zone that we're in, following what Brother Murdoch's instructions right now.
And my guess is we'll get that error. Okay, so what the reason this isn't working is the default quota for Google Cloud is that in Compute Engine, we can only have 8 addresses in the US West region. And we had it lifted to a much larger number, and then it got moved down again. And I know why. It's just some paperwork I have to work through. It's kind of annoying. But you'll notice there's Central. 4 of our class are in Central. 8 are in West. 2 are in West. Or 8 are in West 1. 2 are in West 3. We have 8 left in West 2. 8 left in West 4. So that should be enough. If we just make sure we coordinate who's using West 2 and who's using West 4. So if you're going to use West 2, you need to raise your hand. Go ahead and raise your hand if you're going to use West 2. Did you raise your hand? So if your server hasn't started, you're going to need to pick one. Okay, Alex, Ethan, we need some more.
Where would you go to change the address? Or
you're actually going to have to create a new one because there's no way to change it.
Oh, gotcha.
Man.
So how many? First of all, so we got Reese, Ethan. Was there a third one that was going to use West 2? Okay, and Alex. Great. That leaves 5 more people who can use West 2. So if we go back to, so we've West 2 and West 4.
So should I delete the old one that I made last class period?
Yeah, you can just delete it.
Okay.
Or, yeah, you can do that. That's probably the best thing. There's other ways of doing this, but that's probably the best thing. So West 2 and West 4 were the 2 that we were looking at. So I'm going to go back here to Compute Engine. Okay, it looks like Stefan, you can use US West 2 as well in your new one. And
how do I make another one again? Where do I go to start with that? Do I have to press?
Just click Create Instance. And then Nathan, let's see, Nathan Dixon, is yours not starting up either? You there, Nathan Dixon?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is yours not starting up either?
No, not quite.
I think you'll need to do a new one.
Okay.
So
It's not showing me create that new instance for some reason.
what's that?
It's not showing me the create instance
Button at the top.
button. Yeah.
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Sure.
And Joseph Payne, did you get your question answered?
No, I did not.
You're asking what region to use? What zone? US West 4.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then see the plus to the left? Click that. It's like it's got a different version of the UI for your browser for some reason. I don't know why. It might think it's on a tablet or something, but that should work just the same now, Stefan.
And should we have the preemptibility on for these as well?
Yes. We want them to sleep. That's what that does. It makes them sleep when you're not using it. Okay, so does anyone else need a zone for a new instance? Let's see, Stefan, Reese, Nathan, Matthew?
Yeah, so which one do I do?
I
4?
think, yeah, you're doing US West 2, Stefan.
Okay.
It's like Justin, Nathan, Justin, Matthew, and Josh Fulmer's not here today. So Justin and Matthew, you can use US West 4 to create a new instance. So I'm going to walk through that really quick. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one. So I'm going to go create instance. And if I were doing US West 4, this is what it would look like. So I'd go region, US West 4, which is Las Vegas, like that. I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to call mine Sean 3. Then I'm going to go to the boot disk and I'm going to click change. I'm going to go over to Ubuntu. I'm going to change to Ubuntu 2004 LTS. I'm going to click select on that. Allow HTTP, allow HTTPS. I'm going to click management security disk networking sole tenancy. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to put preemptibility on and click create.
So I do clicked on HTTP and HTTPS traffic then.
Yes. Anybody have questions on that? Creating a new one? Okay. Once you've created it, it'll take about 30 to 60 seconds to start up. Once it does, you'll click SSH, open in browser window.
What's the name of that one setting you want us to turn on? That
Preemptibility.
Preemptibility, okay.
Yeah. It means Google can choose to take the server out whenever it wants to. That's what it really means. So you get a discount. So what's that?
Do we have to go through the whole process of making another self-signed certificate?
Yes. Sorry. I know, it's a pain. So you open it in a new window. And let's see. So it's slide 2 here are the steps that are missing for those of us who had to create a new server. The first command we're going to do is here. And then there's one more step after that. It's not that bad. So the first step is sudo, which means I'm going to be root now. Root is the guy in charge of this machine. Apt get, that means I'm going to go out and install some new software.
Hey, Brother Murdoch, would you mind sharing your screen?
Oh gosh, sorry guys. Thanks, Ethan.
Thanks, Brother Murdoch. You're the best.
What, you can't see what I'm seeing? I guess that would help, wouldn't it? So this is the command we're going to run if we just set up our new server. sudo, which means I'm going to be root. apt-get, which means I'm going to install something. Install, and then the package I'm installing is Nginx. That's a web server. And then you hit enter, and it does a bunch of stuff, and you say yes. Any questions on that? Enter. So Y for yes. Enter, and then it's going to do it. And then we're going to take this command, and this is using OpenSSL, which is an executable. We're requesting a certificate, an X509, which is an SSL certificate. We're having it expire in 365 days. It's a new key, not an existing. It's 2048-bit key encryption. We're giving it the name of the key, that's the private key. Then we're giving it the name of the public key, which has been signed by ourselves. That's the command.
We're doing install Nginx, sudo git. Oh no. Oh, we have to do the sudo and then create the certificate and then do that long command, right?
The order does probably matter. I would do the Nginx first.
Can you put that long command in the chat?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep.
Brother Murdoch, how do you SSH into the server that we just created, or the instance?
Good question. So what you do is you go to the server in the list, and then to the right is the SSH button drop down, and there's a little arrow to the right, and you click open in browser window.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then for organization name, I just put my own name, and then I leave the name blank.
For the state and city, should that be Idaho and Rexburg or wherever we are?
Wherever you are.
And have to do the organization name, or could you leave that blank if you wanted to?
I put my name. It looks really suspicious if it's blank on the certificate, and you'll see why in a minute. Because it's already self-signed, which makes it suspicious, and now you're not even telling him who signed it.
I accidentally left that blank, but oh well.
Oh, that's okay. You'll see what it does. It's totally fine.
When we do organization name, does it have to be our full name or can it be just our first name?
It could be just your first name, although people wouldn't maybe know who that is.
Does this information go anywhere, or is it?
It's just in the certificate. It's in the, yeah, it's in the certificate that you're going to see here today.
Other people be able to see it and steal information?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock. You're welcome to, I hate to have you use your break time to work on stuff. If you absolutely feel like you need to use your break to keep working, go ahead. But I think we'll have plenty of time to continue this after your break. So you can come back at 3:10. We'll see you then. And Mark, if you want me to help you now, I can, or I can help you after the break.
Okay, and once we have our the long document done, then we have it all set up, right?
Yeah, so you do the install of Nginx first, then create the self-signed cert, and that's where we're at right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have something they want me to answer before their break? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine right now.
Okay.
I'm hitting the 3 dots at the far right-hand corner, right?
Yes.
And am I just supposed to hit start?
Oh, sorry. It's actually to the left of that. There's a little arrow drop down.
I'm just seeing the box.
Could you share your screen?
Sure. Give me a second.
Okay.
Get your face out of my way. Okay, yeah, that's one I'm looking at right here.
Okay. Yeah. And yours is Nathan Compute?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not done starting up. Okay, you did US West 1, which is probably why. Is that your one from last time?
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to need a new one. Because what happened is I got the limit raised on West 1 to like 100 or something, and then they lowered it back down to 8 after we started all our servers. And then when they went to sleep, they're not letting them start up again. So as soon as we hit 8 in US West 1, then they stopped starting up, is what happened.
I'm gonna have to create a new one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now my virtual machine doesn't want to connect after I got it connected and set up. We are unable to connect to the VM on port 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
After installing Nginx?
Yeah.
That's weird. I have had it happen once before, and I just had to log out of Google Cloud and back in again. It happened to me last week.
Is there a particular region you want?
Yeah, US West 4, please.
US West 4?
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Then see the boot disk? This one's fine how it is. You'll want to click change on that. And then operating system, Ubuntu. Yep. And then version
20.01.
2004. Right there. Yep. That looks good. And then you want to allow HTTP, allow HTTPS. And then click right below that, the management security thing. And then scroll down to preemptibility on.
Yeah, it's on right now.
That's automatic restart. It's 212 up from there.
Oh, I see.
Yes, that one. and then click create. Perfect. And that takes about 30 seconds. Which is a lot faster than what you had on the last one.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Still
You're good.
fine tuning this. Look at that. It's already up. And now to the left of that is the SSH. There you go. Open in browser window. Where is it? Did it open up something and I just don't see it?
Oh, can you not see anything?
I can't, but I'm happy if it's working.
Okay.
That's all I care
Yeah,
about.
it's connecting.
Great. That's good.
So. Is there commands I need to be putting in here?
Yeah, so the first one is it's this one here. I'll just paste it in again.
Okay.
Step 1 is that.
I'm just gonna copy paste this one.
Yeah. Did the first one work okay?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, come on now. Okay. Is that all?
Yeah, that's where we are.
Okay, sounds good. Glad I was able to get caught up.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Thanks, Nathan.
Thank you.
Have a nice break, and you have 3 minutes. Okay, feel free to come on back. Okay, welcome back from your break, guys. Hope you were able to do something useful. Okay, so the idea here was last time we created a self-signed certificate, and I'm just going to share what my screen looked like just to refresh your memory if you haven't done that recently. It asked a bunch of questions. So it asked what country I'm in. It asked me what state I'm in, what city I'm in, what's the name of the company, which would be VeriSign, probably, usually, or some other company like that. This is the actual domain name, usually, if it's a website, which ours is not really a website. And then this is the email address of the contact person for the certificate for the website. Those are kind of, yeah. Go ahead.
Is the common name, you said the common name is the domain name or the organizational unit name is?
So see how it says under common name, it says server FQDN. What does FQDN stand for?
I have no idea.
Anybody?
What was it again? SQFDN?
FQDN. F like Frank, Q like question, D like dog, N like Nancy. FQDN. What does that
Security
stand for?
Foundation beats me.
How about fully qualified domain name? So like churchofjesuschrist.org or google.com or something like that. That is important normally. In our
You have
case,
to buy the domain name
yeah,
before putting it in there. You can't just put in any domain name.
you have to buy the domain name. And the reason this matters is the browser will inspect the certificate when it loads the website, and then it'll verify that the name in the address bar matches the FQDN in the certificate. And if they don't match, it will give a big red line next to the website. And people are scared of that usually. So this
So wait,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Why? I'm gonna say about this. Why do people have to pay for domain names? And why do they cost money?
Isn't it because they have to host it on their server?
That's a good question. So there's kind of a debate about it. There's a company called, it's an organization called ICANN. ICANN is a nonprofit organization that actually runs all of this stuff, all of the domain names and everything. And they are kind of ultimately in charge of all of this. But what happened is a bunch of people said I could make money off of it. And so instead of it being this nonprofit, there's a bunch of companies out there that really run the internet, like Google and stuff. But so what happens is if you pay Google domains, you go buy one from them, there's a transaction that takes place between them and ICANN, if I understand it right. So I've bought these domains from Google, okay, for our classes that I teach. And what happens is because I've paid them, for the domain. They actually own the domain. That's really what happens. Google owns it. I've paid them a fee to transact on my behalf to acquire this domain and let me have control over it. But in reality, Google owns that domain.
That's not cool.
Yeah. I like Google owning my domains better than other companies I've worked with. I find other ones harder to deal with. They're just complicated. It's a little cheaper than Google. Google's like 12 bucks a year, but I don't find it worth saving $10 to make it really hard to use. But anyway, okay, so we created a self-signed certificate on our servers, and we want that to be available in a browser. Well, there's a couple more steps that we need to take for that to work. So the next step, I think if we went through it, and we were going to start up our server, and then we're going to create a Diffie-Hellman group. Does anyone know what that is? Who's Diffie and who's Hellman? Who are those guys? Well, Diffie and Hellman are these guys who came up with this ingenious way of exchanging keys. And it is really, really cool. So the problem at hand is, how do you exchange keys in such a way that if, say, somebody took over your Wi-Fi access point in the internet, or and on the internet, the airport, excuse me. So you go to the airport and you think you're connected to the Salt Lake Airport's Wi-Fi, but in reality, you're connected to a hacker. And this hacker has now let you use the internet, quote unquote, for free, quote unquote. But what's really happening is it's called a man-in-the-middle attack. So there's a man in the middle now between you and the internet. So everything you type on your computer actually goes through this guy, and he records all of it. Well, the theory that Diffie-Hellman came up with, those guys, was if there's a spy on the wire watching everything you do, how could you make it impossible for them to get the keys that you're using? That's the goal. When you use a browser and you connect to a website, a temporary key exchange takes place, and these temporary keys get created that last for the duration of your session in the browser with that website. And those keys cannot get compromised. If they get compromised, then everything you send through that compromised access point is now open to that person, including your bank account number, your passwords, your email address, all that information. If you go to a bank website, for example, which would be bad. So these guys said, let's come up with a cool way that makes it impossible for someone to get the keys for this temporary session. So on the right here, this is a picture of how it works. So Alice and Bob both have a common color of paint. It's yellow. And Alice has a color red that has not been disclosed to Bob. Bob has a color blue that has not been disclosed to Alice. They both mix the common paint with the secret paint. Now, in this case, paint is keys, okay? But this is just an analogy. So when you mix the yellow and the green, it makes blue. If you mix the yellow and the red, it makes orange. And then they trade the mixed paint with each other. So Alice gets blue, Bob gets orange. At this point, neither of them knows the secret color, right? But they're able to derive it because they both know that yellow was the common paint. That yellow common paint has never been exchanged. Do you see that that was never traded? It was something agreed upon beforehand. And so whoever's listening over the wire doesn't know that color. And then the end, they say, well, if I take yellow out, what color is left? And then they know the secret. So this is the basic premise behind Diffie-Hellman key exchange. And I'll share that link on the chat in case anyone's...
So they personally separate it afterwards, and that's how they find out.
That's right. And so afterwards, they're able to determine it based on common information that's known beforehand, as well as information that's exchanged publicly. And so in this case, the man in the middle knows what? What does the man in the middle know about Bob?
That it's
That's
blue.
blue.
Say it, Chandler.
That it's blue.
Yes. The man in the middle knows blue about Bob. That's it.
But that's it. Yeah.
That's right. And what does Bob know about Alice?
Orange.
Bob knows orange. And go ahead, Kathy.
And the yellow.
And the yellow. And therefore, also, what else does he know? If he knows yellow and orange,
He knows the secret color.
he knows the secret color. That's right.
So in this diagram, like Alice is trying to, like the information that Alice is trying to give to Bob is red.
Yes.
Alice wants Bob to know that she has red, and Bob
Yeah.
wants Alice to know that he has green.
That's correct.
And so they add their common paint so that somebody else looking at it can't tell that they have red and green.
Exactly. And because the man in the middle doesn't know yellow, that's the crux of the whole issue. And believe it or not, this is all done with math. It's all done with numbers. These guys were brilliant mathematicians in how so the way that this is possible using mathematical calculations, and that's the basis of how it works. They're way smarter than I am, because I understand it when I read it, but I can never explain it except with the paint colors. So it's kind of fun. So what we're about to do is create a Diffie-Hellman group. And so that helps. And I'm going to try and make it, I don't know how to make it bigger, but I'll put it in the chat window. And this creates your Diffie-Hellman group for your SSL. Oops. Diffie-Hellman group command. There you go. I'm going to do that on my server command line. So I'm going to go over to my server here. Dismiss.
So my new server's not working anymore for some reason. Should I make
What's
another
that?
one? I said my new server's not working anymore. Should I make another one?
Sure, that's fine if you want to. I
Same
don't know why.
place or different place?
Were you in 4 or 2 originally?
2.
I think you can do 2 again. Okay, so when you do this, it takes about a minute, I think, for this thing to finish. So don't feel bad if it doesn't finish very quickly.
And this is the sudo open SSL DHPARAM.
Uh-huh. That's
Okay.
right. I guess it took about 30 seconds.
Mine is still going.
That's fine.
What does the dot and pluses mean?
Say again. Oh, I think it's just to show progress.
Okay.
Anytime a certain character shows up, they show you a plus, and then for all the other characters, they show you a dot or a star. And I believe this is the entire length of the generated file.
Okay.
2048 bits. So you can go ahead.
So mine went about, and then it stopped, and then it pulled up Diffie commands not found.
It said Diffie command not found.
Yeah,
you mind sharing your screen?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, sorry. Start with sudo, and that's it. From the sudo to the right.
So just sudo.
Sudo openSSL dhparam-out. And then it looks like your and then space. And then see in the command you typed it wrapped around a little bit. So it's /etc/SSL/certs and so on. You're going to want all of that information as well.
Okay.
So if you type all that, what's left, so slash and then all of that, what's left after there. There you go. That's it. And then just erase what's in front of it.
Everything up to sudo.
Yeah, everything before sudo. You don't need the command word either. And it's kind of a line editor, so you just have to do backspace. Just keep hitting backspace. Yeah, there you go. It's a little different, I know, but you're getting it up.
I think the reason why ours aren't working is because we don't have an IP address. How do we get to set an IP address?
You do actually have a public IP address, and we'll get to that.
It says none. All the ones that aren't working have a none next to them, next to the IP address.
Oh, you mean the ones that haven't started up?
Well, I've started it up, but now it's not working for some reason.
Okay. Let's do Mark and then Reese and then Stefan. Mark, you said you're having an issue?
Right.
Okay, what is it? Okay, you lovely issue. You're gonna need a new server because what happened is all the US West ones, we got capped out on IP addresses.
Okay.
So we have to create a new one.
Okay. So should I delete this?
Yeah.
Is that the same for US West 2?
No. We're not out of US West 2 or US West 4. We have more of those left.
Which one should I choose?
US West 4 should be fine. And that's fine how it is too. You can leave that. And then see where it says boot disk? Let's change that. Ubuntu and Ubuntu 2004 LTS. Perfect, and that's good. Select. And then check the box for allow HTTPS, please. Good. And then click the thing right below that says management, security, disks, networking, sole tenancy. Yes. Then scroll down and see where it says keep going. Oh, there you go. That's it. And then create. Perfect. So that one should be available within 30 seconds, and then you can start up. And then you're going to need to go and do 2 steps.
So should I open it in another window or not yet?
What's that?
Should I open it right now?
Yeah. And then I put the 2 steps into the chat window that you need to do in order.
Okay. Okay.
How's it going, Mark? There we go.
Yeah.
No, that's Cloud Shell, though. That's not the right place.
Oh, that's not the right place.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so no, right?
See what says Mark?
What?
And then see where it says Mark on the screen?
Yes, yes, I can see it.
To the right of it, see the SSH, and there's a drop down. Click the drop down, and then say Open in browser window.
Okay,
And did it open up?
this one.
Perfect. This is where we want to do the commands. The other one's not really a server. It's kind of like one, but not really.
Okay, so yes, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I should copy the other one, right?
Yes. Yes.
Sounds to me like a resounding yes.
Okay, so country name.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I think you're in good shape. Okay,
Thank you very
Reese, you're welcome. Reese, you had a question?
No, I just forgot to unraise my hand earlier.
Oh, okay. So you're cool. Stefan, do you mind sharing your screen?
I think I figured it out actually.
Okay, awesome.
Cause I got my other server didn't seem to work, but I made another one. Now it seems to be working.
Okay.
I don't know why I had a problem. And now it's saying command not found. It did say this is going to take a long time. The sudo openSSL dhprm out, and then I had all of that what do you call it? The file, the directory, I guess, whatever that is.
Okay.
The pathway, I pasted that in, that command you put in there, and for some reason it did, what? Wait a minute, did I do this right?
You want to share your screen, Stefan?
Oh, wait, did I do that right? Yeah, sure.
And Mark, I sent you the third command as well. There's one more to do.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
But I'm going to have Stefan share his screen.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Are these two separate commands? Because that might be why it did.
Oh, just do sudo to the right of that. Every sudo to the right, nothing to the left. Sorry.
Right here? This.
Over here. See where you have Diffie-Hellman group command and then sudo in the terminal? The Diffie-Hellman group command isn't actually part of the command. It's just a label.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense because it's like command that found Diffie. Like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. So this one ran though, the first one? The OpenSSHL?
Oh yeah, so it's done.
But this one still hasn't run, the one that...
That's the same thing, right?
I think they're two parts, aren't they?
No.
Or are they not? No, they're two different, they're the same one.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh. Oh, well, my bad.
We'll just override it. It won't matter.
Okay. And that's all we have to do. What does this do exactly?
This is a Diffie-Hellman group. It's like a salt. It's something that adds an additional element of randomness to the encryption. to make it more random.
Okay, so this isn't encryption, or this is that yellow and red stuff is appearing on the screen.
Yeah, it's part of that. That's correct. Good. Okay, so I think that's where we want to be, and then from there, we're going to introduce something kind of a little weird for most of you. It's called a line editor. If you used a line editor before, it would be on a black screen on a server. And some common ones are Vim, Nano, or VI. So we're going to use my favorite today. It's called Nano. So we're going to run a command that I'm going to paste into the chat window. And that's it. And what this does is it's actually opening an editor. So you're now in an editor and you're writing a file. Just like if you had Notepad open, but it's inside of a server instead. Very handy to learn how to use one of these. There are cheats at the bottom of the screen. So if you're trying to save something, the command is Control-O. This is to save the file. If you're trying to get out of it, it's Control-X. All the cheats are at the bottom. That's one reason I like Nano. The other reason I like Nano is that your keys work on your keyboard pretty normally, up and down and that. It's not perfect, but it's my favorite. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna paste into this file the contents that are here that I'm about to paste into the chat. Paste this in. And that's it. So I'm going to just paste it, and that's what it looks like. Now, where it says server IP address, that's where we're going to have to change things. So what I did is I pasted it in after entering the command, and I did my up arrow and then my right arrow until I'm right here to the right of server IP address. So that's where you want to get to. This is kind of crazy, a little tricky, so don't feel bad if it's kind of confusing. But just think of it like editing a file, like in Notepad or something.
Hey, Brother Murdoch, my instance disconnected while we were going through setting it up. It just randomly said disconnected or connection failed and it won't reconnect.
Same with mine. I don't know. It did that. This is like the third time it's done that. I don't know why it's doing that.
Was yours Ethan too?
Yeah, yes, it was.
Now, part of it could be because we're using the preemptible instances. It might have chosen to preempt it.
Oh, and it just happened to be at that time.
It might have been. I did click start on yours, Ethan, and it started up okay.
Okay, here, I'll try reconnecting it then.
Sorry about that.
Oh, don't apologize. It's good to know.
There's a downside to everything, right? Stefan, is yours down again, or is it still working?
It's down.
It's what?
Well, wait, what? It says I can still SSH into it. Maybe if I just open up a new tab.
Is yours called Stefan Instance, or is it a different one?
I had two, because the first one wasn't working, so I made an instance Stefan. So I don't have to go through the whole list to find myself.
So do you know how to start it up again?
Just SSH, right?
Well, it looks like yours got stopped. So you have to check the box and click start.
Check the box.
To the left of it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
Yeah, that's what preemptibility means, is they're allowed to do that. We let them. I know it's annoying. I've just never had them shut it off while I'm in the middle of using it, but there we go. Now I have.
So does it matter if it's formatted that way? in the text editor, or can it just be like one straight line? Because when I paste it, it's just coming out as one line and it's not wrapping it.
It doesn't want to let me start it for some reason.
It's ideal for readability if it's on separate lines, and you could just type them in one at a time. So if you don't want to save what you have, you can just say Control X and then no for don't save, and then you could repeat it and paste it in one line at a time. That's what I would do.
All right, I can do that. Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So on my instance here, I'm going to scan down and I see my IP address is on the right. The right one is the one that starts with a 34 or a 35. So in my case, I'm copying an address that looks like this, 34.125.142.126. Now I'm going back over here into this file, and I'm going to erase what says server IP address, and instead I'll have the actual address. Oops, or so I thought. What did I do? I pasted it the wrong thing. So no, and I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to paste this in. And then I'm going to put in the IP address. I guess I'll just type it in. That's not that hard. So the IP address is 34.125.142.126. So yours should look something like this, except instead of my IP address, this should be your IP address.
Okay.
Anybody stuck?
Yes.
Okay.
Mine doesn't seem to want to start.
Yeah,
I can reset it. Should I reset it?
Hold on. An instant, Stefan. I'm just clicking start and I'm just watching it. It says starting. Did you offend it, Stefan?
Must have. No, the instance wants to leave the church.
It started up green for me.
Hmm.
You want to try it and see if you can get into it now?
Yeah, let me see.
Anybody else stuck?
Yeah, when I try to run the nano command, it says command not found.
Oh, interesting. Then for you, you should just, I'm going to type a command for you in here, okay?
Okay.
So, okay, 1 second here. See, Jaren, your command is sudo apt get install nano. I'm surprised though. Did you type it exactly like sudo nano, like this? Or is there something?
Yeah, I just copied and pasted what you had in the chat.
All right, it just must not have nano for some reason. You can install it using that. Does that work? Or did that command work for you?
Hold on, I'm trying it right now. Yeah, it worked.
Okay, then the nano command should work next.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else stuck?
I'm still manually typing things in, but
Okay.
I don't think I have any actual problems yet.
Okay. When you're done typing it, you would do Control O, and then you'll see it prompt you like this for the name of the file. And you just type enter, and then it'll save it. See how mine says wrote 8 lines?
Yeah, I see that. Where do I find the IP address again? Do I just go back to Compute Engine and it's in
Yeah.
there?
Okay. It's to the right, and it should start with 34 or 35.
Oh, I see it. Okay, it's like on that line. It's easy to find. Okay,
Yeah.
easy enough. Thank you.
You're welcome.
To want to use Vim.
Do we hit enter or type enter?
Just hit enter.
If we wanted to use Vim instead, would we just replace Vim for Nano?
Yep.
Okay.
Good question. Okay. We're really close, guys. I think we're going to get this done before class is over. I'm pretty excited. So the next thing that we need to do is save it and exit. So Control O first, then you'll be prompted for the name, hit enter, then it will say rotate lines, then Control X will exit you out of the file. To verify that the server is working, see, is this one. So it's sudo nginx-t will verify the config. So that's this command. And it will tell you if there's an error in your config file. So you'll want to watch when you type this command and hit enter, you'll want to watch the output below it. You want to look for syntax is okay and test is successful. That tells you that your file looks good. If you see something else, then you'll want to figure out what to do to fix it. Is anybody stuck? If you are, we'll fix it for you. We'll help you fix it.
Yeah, when I hit enter, it says that there's no such file or directory.
Okay, can you share your screen, Nathan?
Yep. It's all typed out just fine, as far as I'm aware.
Yep, it is. Now, it appears you might not have Nginx installed. What I would do is I would minimize this window and open another SSH window to the same server. Just using the minimize button on your browser tab.
Yeah, it's just all this Zoom stuff gets in the way.
Oh, got it.
What was that?
So yeah, to hit the minimize button you're on.
The minimize button?
Yeah, your cursor's right on it. You just click that.
All right, here we go. What is it we're looking for?
So I would just open another SSH window if it were me. I'm just seeing the one though.
I'm not sure what you're seeing.
I just see the one that said error writing, no such file or directory.
Okay, here, let me change that then.
I'm not able to.
Or is that working?
Yeah, now I see it. So then if you would go SSH open in window again. So to the right of your instance. So Nathaniel Dixon, that one?
Oh, you're saying down here.
Yes. And then click the SSH and click open. To the right of that, there's a little drop down.
Yeah.
Open in browser window. Will it open a new one or does it bring you to the other one?
Yeah, the unauthorized.
Oh, that stinks. Okay, so we have to use the other one, sorry. I was hoping to use. So what you'll want to do is you'll have to quit out of that file, Control X, and then you'll want to install Nginx. Because it seems like it's not there.
Yeah. No, it had me disconnect.
Okay. Do you know how to get it to install?
I can't believe I remember the codes now.
No problem. So it's sudo, I'll type it in, sudo apt-get install Nginx, like that. And then the next command after that is to create the key. Okay, and if you're done with the other stuff, this is the last command you're going to run is sudo systemctl restart Nginx. That will restart your Nginx once you've got everything else set up for everybody else.
Okay.
Working on that.
And I can just do this again.
Yes. And if you get stuck and you want any more help, Nathan, feel free to hang out after class if you have time.
Will do.
Okay.
I just got this error that popped up while I was in the while I was just in there. It said connection via cloud identity aware proxy failed.
Okay. And let's see. I'm just looking for your instance, Reese. You got booted off like a few others of us did. It's just because it stopped your server. So I just started it again.
Okay. I had gotten to the point where I clicked Control O and then it asked me for a file. What was I supposed to put in there?
Enter.
Just click enter with the default file that it gave me?
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry, man. That's a tough point to be lost, to lose it when you were just about to save. Gosh.
Yeah.
I think mine did the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you start it up again, Kathy?
No, I've been trying to figure out what to do with it.
Because it started still. It doesn't show in a stopped state.
Okay, that's good. I mean, it still has me in there. It just said it restarted and brought up a bunch of like commands and stuff under it.
Did you change networks?
Yes, I took it off of my Wi-Fi and put it on my phone.
Okay,
my
that's
Wi-Fi stopped working.
yeah. That's probably the reason. So I think it just lost the connection, but you should be able to connect back to it.
Okay, I'll keep trying.
Yeah, if you just go back to the compute engine, you should be able to use the drop down to get into it.
Okay, I'll try that. And if it doesn't work, I'll save after class.
Okay, sounds good.
So what was it supposed to do after I saved the, like I got all the way back and I clicked enter on the file? And what am I
Okay.
supposed to do now?
So now you want to verify that the file format is correct. And the way you do that is it's sudo nginx-t.
Okay. How do I get out of here by doing Control X?
Yes.
Okay. So say the command again.
I just typed it in too. It's sudo nginx-t. And you want to look at the output.
Nginx-p?
T like Tom.
T.
Or T like test, rather, I guess.
Okay. I've got unexpected end of file, expecting a closed curly brace.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Yeah.
So you're probably really close, Reese. Okay, so if you would repeat the second to last command and edit that file again. So if you go up, up, there you go, enter. Okay, you just need a curly brace at the very end.
At the very end of all of this.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. And then down. One.
Oh, down.
Usually, yeah.
Oh,
I
see.
Technically work, but it's easier to read like this. Okay, and then Control O and then enter, and then Control X. And then repeat the nginx-t. Sweet. Looking good. Now
Nice.
we're going to have you restart Nginx to apply the new changes. And that's this command.
The one that you just put at the end.
Uh-huh. Okay, so Nginx has been restarted. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to share my screen because I think you're in business, Reese. And
yep.
So then there should be to the right of your instance, there's an IP address you copied, and then there's a little arrow to the right of that. If you click that, in theory, that should open up. For mine, it's not working for some reason, but that should open up your website with your certificate. Now, why isn't mine working? Oh, darn it. We missed one thing. That had SSL in it.
I don't think you restarted yours.
Oh, really?
All we have to do is
you're right.
We have to go to the IP address for our machine.
Yeah, in your browser, go to https:// and the IP address, and that will bring up something that looks like this. So see how it says not secure? Click the word not secure, and then you'll see certificate invalid. So this is what a self-signed cert looks like in the browser. It's not ideal, but it is encrypted. So then if you click certificate invalid, then you'll see all the info you typed in on that screen. So your country, your state, your locality, your OU, your common name, your email address, all that stuff you typed out ends up in the certificate that's presented to the browser. Why is it not trusted? It says Sean Murdoch certificate is not trusted. Why isn't that trusted, guys?
Because you signed it yourself and it's not backed by anyone else?
Yep. I'm not an approved signer in the browser. The browser doesn't trust me. Darn it. So that's why it says that. So if you're stuck and you want to figure out what's wrong, feel free to hang out after class. I've got plenty of time. And you can always send me an email if you have another question you want to ask me through email. You can do that too.
This is just a random question. So you're at your not secure screen. What happens if, I guess, you try to bypass it? I don't even know if that's possible.
Oh yeah, I can. So I go advanced and then proceed. Welcome. So if I reload this guy, it's okay. So I just had to tell it I was okay with it.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is the page it was trying to load. And
Okay.
it does work. It's just not ideal, but it does work. A lot of people use this for just testing stuff and getting things working off the ground. It's not final, but it's an intermediate state that's using encryption, and that's better than no encryption. So
So I'm having some problems with mine, and
Okay.
I may have just been a typo in
Green.
Nano, I think. Is that, yeah, in Nano.
Okay.
You want me to start sharing my screen?
Yes,
I can
please.
do that. All right.
Great. Okay. So can you see how it says it failed?
Yes, I saw that.
Okay.
It says
Okay,
test
good.
failed.
Job because the control process exited with an error code. See system CTL status nginx.service for details. Now I'm looking at
This shows the public key as well in our certificate.
yes, that's right.
Interesting. Does it usually show the public key for the website?
The public key is the certificate.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yep, that is exactly what it is. That was a good aha moment, Stefan. I love those. Okay,
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
Nathan, if you want to type that command, systemctl status nginx.service, type that in and see what you get.
System CTL status
Uh-huh.
nginx.service.
Uh-huh.
thanks a ton. See ya.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
No time Wednesday.
All right.
And what does it say? Failed to control exit code. Failed to start. Okay, let's just look at the file. I don't see the exact error here.
Okay.
but
I have an
maybe-
idea of what the error could be.
Okay.
I just wasn't entirely sure how to get back to the text editor.
Oh, okay. So then just type Q here, the letter Q.
Okay.
Okay, and then to get back to it, you would just say sudo nano space and then /etc is where we keep all our config files. It's in the etc folder, and then
Okay.
there's a subfolder, so we're gonna do /nginx nginx
There we go.
/ there's another subfolder conf conf dot the letter D. Yep, /SSL dot conf. Right.
Just like that. Hit enter.
That's correct.
All right. Bam. I don't have a semicolon after my IP.
There you go.
How do I start editing?
So just, you're editing already. Just do down and then right with your cursors, or keys, I guess. That's why I like Nano. You don't have to go into insert mode. It just is already.
Yeah, I don't like that about VI.
Me neither. I hate VI, but I got used to it. I can do VI if I have to. And there are a lot of machines where you have to know VI, but not Ubuntu, so you can save it.
All right.
Control
I
O.
do Control O
Mhm.
and then enter. Nope.
Yeah, that's
Yes, enter. Bam. And then Control X.
Yeah, good job. And
Thank
then
you.
try your nginx-t again. Yeah.
All right. Oh, still says test failed.
Unknown directive listen : 443. Okay.
So I can go back into it. That might be a
Yeah.
typo.
Right. Yeah, I admire you for typing this in by hand. That's not easy to do. So, so listen space. You need a space there.
Right here.
Yep. And then
All right.
I think that's it.
All right. Let's try that then.
Okay. Sweet.
Test is successful. All right. What else was there that we did today? Was there one more command I need to run?
Yes, you need to restart Nginx. So the command for that.
Let me find that one. I typed it already.
Okay.
Oh, right here.
That's it.
Sudo systemctl restart Nginx.
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
And by the way, Nathan.
Yes.
Just for your information, if you have a running Nginx server and you make a change to the config file, the reason we did the -t is it's like preloading it before we actually restarted. So if there were to be an error discovered, you'd find it before restarting. In that case, it wouldn't bring the server down.
Okay, so what does -t do again? Like what is that saying?
It's testing the file, the config before we.
Okay, so it's like -test.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
So
that makes
then
sense.
you restarted it before the test succeeded, which then made it so it was in a failed status. Which doesn't matter because no one's using it.
Sure.
But I'm just explaining it to you so you know.
No, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You should be able to load your URL now in the browser. So it's just https:// and the IP address.
Oh, okay. I will try that. One sec. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing.
Yep.
All right, I'll try that, and then I'm going to head out.
Okay.
Hello, brother. Can I share my screen?
Yep. Yep.
So I'm at this point, then I should do Control O, right?
Yes.
Control O.
And then enter. Now you type enter. Or hit, there you go. And then Control X.
Enter, it doesn't do anything.
What's that, Joseph?
Oh, so what do I do again?
Control X.
Okay, Control X.
There you go.
Then it doesn't do anything.
Say again.
When I do Control Alt Enter, it doesn't do anything.
Oh, sorry. It's Control O, like output.
Oh.
Then what do I do again?
So now you'll want to do sudo nginx-t.
Okay.
Good. Now you want to do the last command I put in the chat.
Okay, there is that one.
Yep. Good. Now you should be able to find your IP address in the browser with https:// and the IP address.
Okay, so so this is my browser. Then I will need to do the HTTP
colon / and your IP address.
Okay.
Without space. And you can just click to the right, Mark, that thing, click that, and it'll open it.
Oh, like this one?
Yeah, see that little arrow? No, to the left, not that one. There's the IP. Yeah, click that right there. There you go. That's it. And then proceed. And there, and if you click not secure, see where it says not secure, and then click certificate. And there's your certificate.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, good job. You did it.
That's nice. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. And then how do you get to the site again?
So then in Google Cloud, next to your server, there's a 34 address. And then to the right of that, there's a little arrow pointing to the upper right. It's like this.
Okay.
So you just click that arrow and it'll open it.
and we can just proceed.
Yeah. And then you click not secure and you'll see your certificate if you click on certificate.
So how would we get a secure certificate?
You'd send it to a certificate authority to sign for you.
Okay.
And then they would add their own digital signature to it, which you would then load into your server.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Joseph.
Can I share my screen really
Yeah,
quickly?
go for it. Stop sharing.
I think it's this one. Okay, so I got this far, and for some reason it's not working.
Can you do sudo nginx-t with a space? You had it so close. So sudo nginx space.
Space
Dash
T.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good. So you are saying you can't, go ahead.
Do I restart it now?
Yeah, I think you already did.
Oh, okay. So if I go back to the browser,
Yeah.
will it let me open it?
It should.
You said to go back to
Sorry, I can't hear you, Kathy. Are you still with us? I just knew you said something, but I don't know what it is.
You might want to try the chat, Kathy.
I'm trying to see. Oh, we lost her. I thought that might happen. I'm guessing she'll come back, but
Yeah.
while we wait, does
In the meantime, so I got back and I got the engine going. So now I just hit Control O, and it said wrote 8 lines.
Great. Okay.
Since I was working on that this entire time, I'm not sure where to go from there.
Did you put your IP address in there?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Now do Control X unless you've already done that.
So hop out with Control X.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to want to do sudo nginx-t.
Hold up. It's got me in a weird place.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm hitting what? Sudo?
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, sorry. I lost the connection for a second.
No problem. I heard you saying something about going back to the browser was the last thing I heard.
Yes. Okay. So I was seeing what you were doing, and I'm supposed to go to the drive that we're on, right? The cloud share, and then open it up on there.
You don't have to. You can just go. You just take your IP address, and then in the browser you would type https:// and your IP address in the browser.
Oh, okay.
Did that work?
I don't know where my HTTPS ID is.
Your IP address?
Yeah.
I can tell it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Let me just see what's the name you gave your server?
It gave me KC. I don't know why.
Okay, the IP address is 34
Uh-huh.
.82
2, okay.
.227
Okay.
.90. That's it.
Okay. It just says your connection is not private.
That's fine. It just means that the cert isn't trusted.
Oh, okay, but it doesn't let me bypass it.
Are you in Safari?
No, I'm in Chrome.
Okay. There should be a thing that says something like, I know the risk, let me go ahead on the bottom left or something like that.
I think the computer's trying to block me from doing that, but I do see the certificate. It does say complete.
Good. Yeah. Chrome proceed to unsafe. What does it say? Your connection. Okay, advanced on the left. Do you see advanced on the bottom? Click that.
Okay.
And then proceed.
My webpage just says you can't.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. But I do see that I did create the certificate, so I guess I'm okay there.
Can you see your name on the certificate?
Yes.
Awesome. Good job.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sticking with it, Kathy. Good work.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Hey, Brother Murdoch, can I start mine now? Like, can I share my screen?
I'm almost done helping Nathan. I think it'll be like 30 seconds if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, Jacob, for being patient. So Nathan, the command is sudo space nginx.
Let me get back to that real fast.
Yep.
It's sudo what?
Space.
Okay.
Nginx.
Nginx.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Space. -T for test.
T.
Enter.
It's doing all sorts of weird things now. It has me in the middle of the screen, in the middle of the I'm not sure what you call it.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, let me do that.
Okay.
It put me somewhere around here.
Do clear. Just type clear. CLEAR. Enter. Okay. And then can you do up arrow?
Okay.
Up arrow again. Now the Nginx is spelled wrong, so you just need to change that part. So it's Nginx. There's no E.
Okay.
There's no E at the beginning either.
-T.
You want to get rid of the leading E as well, the first one. Yeah, space -T. Yep. Good. Now sudo space systemctl, one word, systemctl. So it's
CTL?
System, the word system, and then CTL all together. Space, restart.
I missed that one.
Restart, space, Nginx. Nginx. There's no E.
kind of English is this?
There you go. So it should work now.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for sticking with it. Jacob?
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
Okay, can I help you?
Yeah, can I show you my screen?
Sure.
Okay. So I had to restart just because mine couldn't launch again. So
Okay.
I reset, I made a new instance and all that. Just because like my internet is just the worst. I hate it.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
I've dropped class like twice now in the middle of this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Like I've got it down. That's why it's doing that. But what do I do to get it back up to the point where I had it? Because I had to delete this right here.
Okay, you had to delete what again?
My instance or whatever you call it, your VM instance.
Oh, why did you have to delete it again?
Because it wasn't working. Like I couldn't get it to turn on.
Oh, okay. So did you create a new one today or no?
I did, as of today.
And okay. And so yours isn't on the list anymore?
Oh no, I guess not.
Okay. Let's see. So you'll want to, do you mind if I help Hayden real quick and then help you? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
Because yours will take probably 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, Hayden, can I help you with something?
Yeah, so mine, I went back through a couple times and tried to figure out what my problem was. Now it's giving me private key failed and
okay,
mismatch.
Can you share your screen?
Yes.
Okay, so what we want to do is probably just regenerate the key, is my guess, which is pretty easy to do. So that's just this command here. I'll just paste it into the chat. That one.
What did I do?
I don't know. There you go.
Okay.
And then after all this, you're going to want to do the restart command. Cool. Now do the sudo nginx-t again, if you don't mind.
What was the rest of it?
And then space -t like test. Enter. Okay, can you modify can you do sudo nano? And then that file that's above you, just copy that and paste it, but you need a space first.
Okay.
So yeah, not that. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Yeah, that's it. That's right. Okay. etc ssl private nginx self-sign.key self-sign.cert. Interesting. Really, this is a weird one. Okay, can you go out of this one again, Control X? Because that all looks normal. So I'm saying SSL CTX use private key, Nginx self-sign key failed. SSL error, certificate routines, X509, check private key, key values mismatch. That's so interesting. Do you know by chance if you did this step or not? I'm gonna paste this in here. Do you know if you did that?
Yes, I did that. Is that the one where it would take like a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that, and mine took like 2 seconds, and it was done.
Can you try it again?
Yes.
Oh, can you do Control C? And then the one you want to do is the one below what you just did.
Oh, okay.
Can't parse 2048 as a number. Why? It's a number, man. That's funny. Okay. Can't parse 2048 as a number? Why on earth can't you? It's a number. That is so weird. Can you do up arrow? Okay, backspace.
Oh, just the.
And then enter. It's so fun. It should have said, forget the space. That's weird.
The first time I did that, it did like one line and was done.
Weird. Okay. Now, can you redo the Nginx-T?
Oops.
It's sudo Nginx-T. There you go. Wow. I'm just gonna take a screenshot real quick. Let's see. Yeah, so Hayden, I'm gonna get back to you. I don't know why it's doing this.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That is fine. I'm just glad it wasn't something I did wrong. I mean, maybe it still is.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's not obvious to me what it is, so I will get back to you.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. I'll
Thank
send
you.
you an email today. Have a good one.
You too.
Hey, Jacob. Thanks for waiting.
All good.
I'm just writing a note to get back to Jacob. Oh, that's you. I mean, hate it. About his cert issue. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to install Nginx. So you'll want to, now this is, what you see below here is your Cloud Shell, which is different than your server.
Okay. Cloud Shell. Okay.
Did you create a new instance yet? Or do you need to do that again?
I created the instance, yes.
Okay, and you want to find that instance.
Okay.
And then to the right of it, where it says SSH, click open in browser window. It's funny because I'm not seeing it, but I see your cursor moving around. I'm guessing it's opening up a new window, right?
Yeah, it's taking its time. It says
okay. No problem.
Okay. Oh, you probably got to share that with you.
That would be great.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, so we're going to install Nginx. So you do sudo space apt, apt, like apartment, dash get, space install, space Nginx. No E on the front or the end. So it's just N. So there's no E in the beginning either. Nginx, all one word. There you go.
Okay, sorry.
That's, yep, perfect. Enter. And then Y. Perfect. And then in the chat window, there's two commands. They both start with sudo. And you'll see the second to last one is the one we want to do first.
Okay, sudo install Git Nano.
Oh, sorry. You must not see the last two things I typed or something. There's two.
Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry.
That's fine. It's sudo openSSL req. Do you see that one?
Sudo system mctl restart nginx, and then there's also sudo open system require x nodes 30 days. Yeah.
That's the one. It should end with CRT though. Don't copy beyond CRT.
Okay.
Looks good. Then you've got to enter this stuff in.
You are about to like country name US.
Mm-hmm. You can leave it blank too, if you want. And that's usually, yeah, your name. There you go.
Can I leave that blank?
Yep.
Okay.
And then the last command below the one you just did, you'll want to do that. Okay.
Okay, cool. And that's it.
There's one more thing. So we're going to need to modify the config file still. And the command to do that. It looks like you have the slideshow open to this slide right now. Or the slide deck. So that's the next thing we're going to do.
Okay. You can see that, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the right one. The one that's highlighted. Okay, and then we're going to paste in what's below that in the slide. All the way down to the last curly brace. There you go.
This is, JavaScript, or what is this?
This is just, what is this? It's like YAML, but it's not quite.
I don't even know.
What's that?
I don't know what that is. It's okay though.
It's just it's just a config file format that they use for Nginx.
Okay.
And then see on line 4 where it says server name in your file.
Yeah, do I need that?
So we're going to need to get the IP address. So it's that 35.192. I want to copy that. See it?
Wait, where'd my thing go? Oh, here.
There you go. So where it says IP address, you're going to have to go up arrow because unfortunately it doesn't work like a normal editor. Yeah. And then you're going to have to delete the server IP address and replace it with the actual one. Keep going. There you go. don't know if that's right. It should start with a 35, I think. Perfect. And then Control O will save it. And then enter. Control X will exit. And then sudo nginx -t.
Like that?
There's a space before the dash. There you go. Perfect. Now we're going to restart Nginx. Sudo systemctl restart.
Wait. Sudo system.
CTL.
Okay, I got that right here.
There you
Hit
go.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now it should work. You want to try it?
Sure. What do I do?
Go to the page behind you there. And where the IP address is that you were just looking at, just click on it. Should open it up in another tab. Okay. Oh, there's a little arrow to the right. Click that little arrow. Perfect.
Nothing pulls up.
Okay. Try going to another browser window and then do paste that in. Just do paste. There you go. And can you click on not secure? It says not secure. Your connection is not secure. Okay, let's go into the URL address and type to the left of the IP. We're going to type https:// enter. There we go. Now click advanced and then scroll down. Oh, you cannot. Okay, and then can you click not secure again to the left?
Not secure where?
Oh, in the address bar. Yeah, and then click certificate. And there's your details. If you click details, it'll tell you all the stuff you just punched in to your certificate.
Thanks. Oh, cool. Wow.
It's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah, not bad. All right.
Cool. Good job,
All right.
Jacob. You did it.
So long, yeah.
I still keep forgetting you go by Jake, don't you?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Sorry. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing your experience today. I'm glad you brought that up because that is really scary.
I don't know what that is. It's weird. We'll see.
Yeah. I hope all that gets resolved because it just scares me when people are trying to take over my accounts.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you next Wednesday.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.